Good morning. It's 8 a.m. Sunday morning, June 23rd. Sorry, I don't, I can't keep up with the dates. Um, I, One of my videos, someone asked me if I had shoe fetish, um, which I don't. The reason I have so many shoes and why my apartment is all messed up. Looks like in Japan it's called gomiyashiki, called trash castle, is because um, 10 years ago I got divorced. I had a house, nice house, two-story house, a nice big ass yard, really big for Japan. Um, and I got divorced, right? And I went into depression. And I didn't know I was going into depression. I didn't feel it, nothing, but I was slowly, very slowly. And um, I I was starting to, take. Um, I went to the doctor and just regular doctor, not a psychologist. And I was getting a lot of like strong sleeping aid and benzodiazepine to keep me relaxed and shit. And basically, I was addicted to that. You know, I didn't drink alcohol, but I was addicted to those. And years went by, and I was starting to cause a lot of accidents, car accidents. Because I'd like kind of pass out or just yeah, pass out basically while I'm driving, and I'd fucking you know run straight into someone's car, or just a lot of accidents. And then so my boss at work told me that I should move to the company dorm, which is right in front of the company. So I did that for a couple of years. I mean, I stayed at the dorm, but I kept the house. Then, as things got worse with myself, uh, I had to file bankruptcy because I couldn't go to work. I was skipping days. I was you know just not calling in. It was pretty bad. So I had to file bankruptcy, right? So, which was really difficult. You know, Losing my wife, and then I had to file bankruptcy. So I lost my house and everything that I owned. So I had to move everything into the dorm. Everything that I had in my house that I could possibly carry into a two-bedroom apartment, which is the dorm. And then a couple of years went by, but still my depression got really bad, and I'd done some shit, and I couldn't go to work anymore. So basically, I got fired, and um, I went on disability, and I had to move again. I had to move out of the dorm, and I'm here now in a one-bedroom apartment, and everything that I had in my two-bedroom apartment, I had to bring here, which was still a lot. And I have no place to put any of this shit, so I just put them wherever there was space. And I cannot, like, pick and choose what I want and what I want to throw away because I have no space to um, do that. I'd have to take everything outside once and then pick and choose there, but I can't do that because my landlord won't let me do that because it's public property outside. That, this apartment, the landlord owns the front part, and she doesn't want that. So I'm my depression is slowly going away, but I'm still depressant. Medically, I'm still under depression. That's why I'm still on disability, and I'm not working. But I feel much better. I was at a psychiatric hospital for 6 months, about 2 years ago. Spent Christmas, New Year's, and all that shit, in a psych ward. But I got better mentally, but physically I was all messed up because, what are you supposed to do in a shrink ward? Nothing. You just eat, take medications, and that's it. You know. Plus, it's a psych ward, so you can't just go anywhere, anytime. So basically, you're stuck within the property, which is kind of small, so you can't really exercise or nothing. You just eat, sleep, eat, sleep, eat, sleep, and and your body just degrades. So when I got out, I couldn't even walk right. Like I walk 15 minutes, and I'm like, I can't. I'm dead. My body shakes and everything because my muscles all, what do you call it, atrophied, whatever, kind of degraded. Then or I was introduced to the group that I'm in right now. Then I spent pretty much every day there trying to recover. And then I started after 2 years. I started, or we started. The group started. Like little physical activities, like I don't know, just once a week, or yeah, on a Friday, to do a little physical activity, like badminton or a little soccer, volleyball kind of thing. And then I started to feel better physically, a little stronger, and that's what got me into weightlifting, bodybuilding, and here I am. I feel 158% better. But yeah, that's my little story, and why my apartment looks like shit. I wish I could clean it up, but I just can't. There's no way. Right now, I'm still thinking of what to do. So yes, I am now. I'm a counselor at the group because I was there long enough, and I got much better, and because I'm still I'm a 28-year recovering alcoholic, and I became one when I was in the Philippines, when I was in my teens until my early 20s. And so for alcoholics, it was a 1 month program, but sorry, this video's long, but I was there when Mount Pinatubo erupted. I was by Clark Air Base, which is completely decimated, house or the apartment we were living in was completely gone, and my diploma, my passport, everything just gone. And so when I was in the rehab, until I'm not gonna, I can't, I'm not gonna say the whole everything, but uh, I was offered to go back to the States. My brother and sister had already left the Philippines a year or two before, and they didn't. People wanted me to go back to the States, not go back, but because I'm from Japan, but to go to the States and be with, my brother and sister. But since I had no passport, and when I went to the Philippines, my dad did not report us coming into the country, into the Philippines. So we were there basically illegally, and I didn't know that. So it took the U.S. Embassy a long time to process my paperwork. Um, about 2-3 months. So in the meantime, the head of the rehab group told me, well, since you graduated, 30 years, 30 days, why don't you become a counselor for the new batch or the incoming alcoholics? Because the rest were drug addicts, basically crystal meth, speed, stuff like that. So which was not my thing. So I spent the next 2 months as the counselor for next generation of alcoholics, which I did a pretty good job because I was really bad. I mean, I was a hardcore alcoholic. I was drinking anywhere from 2 to half a gallon to a gallon of hard liquor a day, 24 hours. I'm surprised I didn't die. Nothing happened to my liver either. But anyways, so because of that, because of my experience as a counselor, the group now asked me to come up with some kind of program for the people in the group right now. Okay, and when I say group, most of you guys know, some of you don't. I volunteer at a group for people with mental and emotional issues. Uh, you know, People with depression, schizophrenia, OCD, what have you. So, and they mostly have just like self-help group or how to blend in with society kind of thing. But I started a completely new program, um, which I won't get into details, but that's like everyone's favorite therapy session. I mean, people who don't come to the group that much always comes to my session, and yeah, I'm bragging, okay, because at least I know I'm doing something good for people. And that's the group where I met Rosie. Like I told you before, she's schizophrenic, but I don't care, you know even if she's schizophrenic. It doesn't. She's a person. She's a nice person. It's just, she, emotional roller coaster. And I told you about her drinking issues. She's a completely different person when she drinks, and I couldn't handle that, so I kicked her out until she stops all that shit. But anyways, yeah. I mean, sorry, I'm kind of going off topic here, but that's okay. That's the reason my house looks like, or my apartment looks like shit. I just can't. Okay, it's not like in the States where you have a nice big yard and I can sort things out there, or you know what I'm talking about. I know a lot of people live in apartments and stuff like that too, and they can't do whatever they want, but it's a little different in Japan. Um, Things are pretty strict here, and so you know you might say, well, why don't you throw something away, you know, little by little? I would like to do that, but even doing that, a lot of my stuffs are in cardboard boxes. I still have to take that outside to open it to see what I need and what I don't need. So I'm just stuck with all this crap, and um, yeah. So that's it basically. One of these days I'll find something, figure out a way to get rid of all this stuff and clean this place up. But it, it it's so it's an eyesore. Yes, I agree, but I personally don't care anymore, and Rosie doesn't care. First, I didn't want to let her come here because of I didn't want her to think I was like a really messy person. Um, but she didn't care, so I was lucky there. But anyways, sorry, fucking long video. I never made video this long. I don't think. Um, yeah, but everything's good. Uh, I'm not complaining on the outside. uh, as long as I have a little walkway to the kitchen and the bathroom, I'm fine with that. If not, I'll start putting ropes on the ceiling so I can just cross the hallway like Tarzan or something. So, like, everything I do is on the bed right here. I eat, I sleep, I sit, whatever. I do it on the bed. um, so yeah, that's that. That's why my apartment looks like shit. But maybe someday it'll clear up. This apartment is really old, and maybe one day it'll collapse after heavy rain or whatever, because shit's starting to rot everywhere. And every time a guy walks upstairs or sneezes, the whole fucking apartment shakes. It's really weak. It's old, and yeah. But when it does collapse, I hope I'm outside during the day, not when I'm sleeping, like I said before. But that's that. Sorry, it's fucking 20 minutes. Damn. So there you go. That's my situation, and how and why I'm in the situation I'm in right now. But I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah. I was really bad before. I was like a ghost. Skinny. Maybe weighed 110 pounds or something like that. But anyways, sorry. I keep going off topic. I I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Okay. So that's all. But if you watch through the whole thing, I appreciate it. Just wanted to let you know what the why, the how, and stuff like that. How I came to be. But anyways, okay. Thank you. I'm gonna have to make a separate video in Japanese If not, it's gonna be like an hour long. But anyways, thank you guys for your support. All these years, and love you guys. And yeah, again, thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay, peace out. Love you guys. Sayonara.